A hearty welcome to each and every one of you here. Before we start the session, maybe we all could take a minute to quietly pray. Whenever you are done with a few blinks, you can open your eyes. Those of you who are attending for a first time in one of the programs done by us, I would like you, three of you, to express what you are looking out of this interaction. Yeah, Rajshri, you can unmute. Two of
Yeah.
you there. What both your names I would like to know.
My name is Surabhi.
Surabhi.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm Rajshri. I'm Surabhi's mother.
Okay.
I have no expectations from the session because Chitra had mentioned in our parents group that your sessions were very helpful for her as well as her daughter. My daughter is also very curious about uh, anything to do with spirituality and religious aspects, yoga as well. So I thought we could just attend the session.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Yeah, Suma.
Yeah, I am from Mohan Raghunathan Sir Yoga Shala.
Okay.
As of now, I don't have any expectations. Just want to experience it. That's it.
Okay.
For moving forward with Yoga Nidra every time, every day to practice it. That's it. So
Great.
that my sleep cycle, if it comes less, also I should be energetic. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Divya Tiwari.
Hello, sir. My name is Divya, and I'm not expecting anything. Just want to learn the new things because I haven't taken any yoga sessions before that.
Okay. Anyone else?
I think
Yeah.
Agatha.
Ah.
Okay, so you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So my name is Agatha, and I'm from United States, Cleveland, Ohio, and I don't have expectations either. I mean, I've never practiced yoga nidra with anyone like you, only the American version or American style, even though I have a great teacher. So I just would like to experience why did I come? Because Lydia posted this on Facebook and I saw it and I said, okay, I'll try.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We also unmuted. Yeah.
Yes. Good evening, sir. I'm Vijayashri here. I'm Rajashri's sister and Anand's sister as well.
Okay.
So I wanted to, just experience how it is and heard a lot of it from them.
Okay. Great. Mona Reddy unmuted.
Good evening, sir. I'm Monalini. My friend Chitra shared this thing to me, and I was always curious about this, and I wanted to experience this today.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. we need to ask all this because we also don't know what to expect, correct? So at least if some pointers are there, we can try addressing it. And one of the reasons we wanted to do this program today is first to acknowledge that now neuroscience also says women are better listeners. The moment we try to compete, to invoke the manliness over extra than required, our listening skills come down. Okay. So this research is available. Indiana University School of Medicine. They have done a conclusive research how women are better listeners because they are able to coordinate between their left and right hemispheres during listening. And this listening is reading in between the lines, using the gut feel, and also absorbing things as it is without judging the person sitting before. So many of us are used to this because right from school and college, when you run into your mother's lap or hug, you get to be listened better, right? So that's the feel many of us have that. So first, I would like to say that we have to remove those obstacles which are on the way for us to tap our own natural listening ability. Because sound is the subtlest of the senses. If by cosmic design women are better listeners, so Yoga Nidra is going to help us, if we practice consistently, to re-establish ourselves as the better listeners. So this is one of the key um, uh, objectives of this session. Second, a few weeks back, there was an opportunity to present on the various stages of life before close to 1,000 students and scholars at a university in Bangalore. So there too, we did some work with the prefrontal cortex, how it is developing in men and women. Again, science has conclusively proven the complete development of prefrontal cortex happens 2 years before in women. So what happens in many of the time when the decision making happens, they tend to bide time, they tend to pause before jumping into decisions. This is very important for teenagers and till when you are in the 20s. It helps us to take informed decisions. So first is becoming a better listener by accepting who we are. Man need not behave like a woman. Woman need not behave like a man. If that was the case, God would have made only one gender. So first is to accept that we are unique and we have to tap that uniqueness. So the first thing is we will have to see how we can become active and better listeners. Second is how can we enhance this decision making skill, which is endowed naturally by nature. What is the one stumbling block even in that listening skill is the ability to empathize is also enhanced in a female brain. So that comes in between right decisions. So you tend to feel it's okay, let me give a long rope in places where you should not be giving long rope. Okay. The reason is that is because you feel more gratitude and the memory is much better. So you tend to value all that stuff. But that empathy should not lead us to incorrect decisions. So we need to become more objective in decision making. So how Yoga Nidra helps in this is whoever we are, whichever gender we are, whichever country we are born, whatever our age could be, the moment our mind is operating, the brain is the screen. Like when you go to the movie, there is a projector and there is a screen in which the movie is projected. Our mind is the projector and brain is the screen. That is how the scientists are measuring what is happening in the brain. They have figured out there are at any point of time in any human being who is alive. That human being could be absolutely invalid, dumb, or physically or mentally, or anybody, any challenged person also, or someone who is completely realized like a spiritual master. See the bandwidth. The moment a being is alive, the brain can only emit 5 types of waves. So what is the main objective? The third one, first one, why we were speaking about better amplifying our already inherent listening ability. Second is enhanced decision making. And third is this particular ability. What I was telling, where we were.
Brain waves.
Brainwaves.
So all of you are listening. I didn't ask to test. 100% I forgot the thought process. There was a call. Somebody wants to join, I think. So what happens is because of this ability to analyze data from multiple sources and better in problem solving, sometimes when the feminineness is too much invoked, we tend to overthink. So many probabilities. What if happens a lot? Okay. So every good will always come with a bad, or we can say which we need to balance. There is nothing absolutely good or bad. If an ability is given by nature, we also should be very careful of not misusing or misunderstanding that ability. Okay. So by nature, overthinking is inbuilt. If you see as a spectrum of how the history of human mankind has been, women are less prone to anger than men till this IT revolution came. Again, studies are saying women are less prone to stress because they talk out not for solution but to lighten themselves. Correct? They can see for a same thing multiple points of view. Okay. But this multiple should not become innumerable that you get confused to your decision making. Am I right? So when we get into that kind of a mode, it appears the brain keeps emitting beta waves. And those of you who are in software industry know beta is a unfulfilled version of any software. It goes to and fro till the final version is rolled out. So all of us say beta version. I'm working on the beta version. So what is beta? Lot of unresolved things. Overthinking creates this beta. So without doing work also, we get fatigue mentally. Are you able to appreciate? Why we are going to address this is earlier there was lot of work with hand, feet, head and heart. Today the hand work is very less. Only switching on using the index finger is there. On keyboard also we are not using all the 10 fingers. Vast majority of us use only 2-3 fingers. So what is happening when your hand is not put to lot of work, proper work, we also tend to overthink so many things. Everything you are trying to do in the mind itself. And mind works very fast. Body cannot operate in that speed. Like closing the eyes when you do your prayer, some of you would have felt the feet of your parents, some of you would have gone to your family deity, some of you would have gone to your hometown. In a split second, your mind can go there and come back, but body would not even have moved for at 20 degree here and there, correct? So the mind tends to go everywhere in split second. So what Yoga Nidra does is it systematically helps us to balance the thought patterns, helps us in deep relaxation. Once you get deep relaxation, it is just a matter of time you will get deep sleep. Why deep sleep is very important for women is women's body is completely different to man's body. That is why you have cycle. By nature, you have a monthly cycle. You can go through basically as per the yoga tantra traditions, minimum 28 different types of moods you can go through by 14 plus 14 of moon cycle. Full moon and new moon you add 30 different types of moods you can undergo. A man will never able to understand why you are having a particular mood. The situation was same, everything was same yesterday and today, but why you are feeling different yesterday and why my daughter or my mother or my wife is behaving in a different way today. And they have to keep researching like me. We will never find out, and we don't need to find out. That is the way they are. Correct? But how to bring it like a gas or a fan regulator so that you can at will switch it off and switch it on is your melatonin, and the entire endocrine system holds the key. For that, you should have proper sleep in a preferably dark room. Then it will be working well. And to get into that, your mind has to slow down before you go to sleep. So when you go to sleep, what happens? Delta is generated by the brain in deep sleep. And in delta wave only, cellular level repair happens. So my submission to all the girls and women here is, how much ever you work very hard, switch off the lights max by 10 o'clock or 10:30. Until morning 4:30, don't give a hoot to anybody. Because unless you are healthy, you can't take care of yourself and others. And the entire home, whichever country we may live in, if it is a home, the home is completely dependent and shouldered by the women of the home. We can have a lot of debates, waste time in that. When you sit quiet and think, it is she who makes a house into home. So everything is centered. So remember to reward yourself with good rest and proper sleep. So delta will be needed for you to do a cellular level repair. And then when you are in the right frame of mind, today what is becoming famous called theta healing, when your talks, when you are listening, it becomes a therapy for others. When you do meditation, it becomes therapy for yourself also. Sometimes when you are quiet at home, it is therapy for others also. Correct? Everything is, it's all two-way. So when you do that kind of method, you are tapping into the theta. That's why when you come home, you are feeling so sad or anything, your mother or your wife or your child comes to you and just be with you, you feel much better. That sense of touch gives that healing. These are all esoteric inputs. As women, none of you should lose that healing touch. The touch should heal. For that, you should be healed. For that to happen, you should be comfortable in the theta state. That is happening when the mind is quiet and you are able to do some meditations. Is it fine? And then there are two more brain waves, which is alpha. When you balance all these things, we will develop proper objectivity, proper witness attitude. When we are able to do that without having over empathy or not empathy at all, then a sense of objectivity will develop. Then at a waking state, without meditating also, you could experience the delta alpha waves happening. That is, you are a complete non-judgmental zone, which many of us have experienced with our mother, grandmothers. Maybe in our generation and the next generation, we are lacking it because we are competing to be men. We don't need to be. Be brutally honest with yourself. So go back to who you are. For that, Yoga Nidra helps. Now I'm going to give you a paradox view also. Till now, any observations? Anything which I said is going against your logic?
No, sir. No, sir. Exactly right. Thank you.
Okay,
I'm so glad that I'm also a theta healer. Do theta
okay,
healing and Reiki healing to people.
good.
That
So we
it
have,
works
Perfect,
wonderful.
Krishna ji.
yeah,
Perfect. What you said is very true.
yeah. And we have Geeta Satish ji. She is a Vedic chanting teacher, and Vedic
Wow.
chanting very beautifully releases your theta.
Wow.
So
Super.
she is present. It's a blessing for all of us. She's this a direct student of Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram. So Vedic chanting helps us to generate theta. If you are not able to learn, we can at least listen to them. Okay, so these are all healing. One brain wave which we have left is gamma, which is for concentration. When you handle the other four waves, concentration will naturally happen to us. So we are not dwelling too much into that right now. So till now, is it all okay? Okay. So we need to develop this attitude of witness. That's the word. If you have to carry from this session, you can carry that. For that to happen, we are going to utilize Yoga Nidra. And in Yoga Nidra, one particular word will be used frequently, and we need to understand that word properly. Hope I have all your attention. Many times we synonymously use the words focus and awareness, or concentration and be conscious. We interchange these words. Okay, so that word is what I'm going to attempt to explain. And if you have any doubts, you could ask. Once you understand this doubt, the practice of Yoga Nidra or any inner work becomes really meaningful. Okay, now move out of the academic way of looking at things. You should be relieved to know that you don't need to focus and concentrate forcefully every time. You will get fatigue. Be your natural self, flowing with the situation and life is very important. For that, this witness attitude is very crucial. Before getting into a witness attitude, we should understand one more. The foundational concept of Vedanta is everything is subject to change. Everything is subject to change in the manifested world. Right from the time we are like an embryo form in mother's womb, and we born, we grow up, and we die. Every day there is a change. When you look at things every day, you may not observe the change, but change is inevitable. So, if we have to develop the ability of being a witness, this foundational concept, drill it into your mind. That change is the only constant, change is the inevitable. So that we will never question anything about anybody, even our own life also, why me or why they are like this, because change is the only constant. We never know because each of us are in the different stages of evolution. Our families are different. Even in the same families, our situations are different. Even if we are born to the same parents, our age, there is a difference. Where we study, friends, everything is different. But we are trying, whenever we have to see the commonality, we see the opposite of it. Whenever we have to understand change is the only constant, we do the opposite. That's why there is a problem. So when you are going to be a witness, we should first understand change is the constant. So whatever is going on, I am only observing. When you do that, you are moving towards that which is constant. That is the true nature. Like when you go to a movie, what is constant when you go to a theater, and what is change in a theater? All of us watch movies, right? Or television, mobiles are become movie cinema halls nowadays, right? All in mobiles you have everything, right? Amazon Prime, everything. So what is the difference? And what is the commonality in the movies? It's open, floor is open to all of you. Yeah.
The screen is constant, or
Okay.
the TV screen is constant,
Excellent.
while the movie that is played on it keeps changing.
Perfect. So what is the basic idea of any inner work, including Yoga Nidra, is to help us move towards that which is constant, which is the screen, so that we can appreciate the movie called life. Right now, we are so engrossed in the movie, we don't take a step back to understand that you are originally the screen in which everything is being played. Okay, so what Yoga Nidra does is to slowly help us move towards the screen and seeing the movie as it is. Till now, any observations? Is it okay? Can we proceed? Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something different. That's why I'm asking. Till now, no doubts? Okay. Now, what is the deeper purpose of Yoga Nidra? Swami Satyananda has said, it is the first step to transcendence. Now, what are all the things which we have to transcend consciously in the day-to-day life so that we can become better listeners, better decision makers? We started the session like that, right? Yes. When you close your eyes, does it matter where you are seated, which country you are seated? As long as your seat is comfortable, location doesn't matter, correct? If the purpose of you sitting is very close to your heart, even the time doesn't matter, how long you are seated also doesn't matter. Slowly, when you are in any inner work, you need to withdraw like this. When you close your eyes, you start to withdraw. So withdraw that you are a male or a female also. You are a being. When you open your eyes, you are playing the role of a woman, a man, because that is a role play. But when you are in closing your eyes, like after the movie is over, the screen remains. No more movie, the interval, no movie. After the show, between the show, no movie. The screen remains. Like that, once you close your eyes, think that you are beyond gender, you are beyond nationality, your age doesn't limit or give you any advantage. Anything which is limiting or delimiting or making you feel this, that, everything you need to say and thank you that I require when I open the eye to play the role. In my inner life, inner work, I am a being. I have come here to realize who I am. So, this meaning of transcendence, maybe we can pick up. Let us transcend that I am man, I am woman, that kind of a thought process. I am a person who gets a lot of anger, or I am a calm person. These kind of labels which we give, let us learn to withdraw whenever you close your eyes for any inner work, not just Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is one of the important things. Now, does this make sense? Okay. Now, finally, let me take you through what is awareness, and then we'll get into a short practice session. We'll come back and discuss. Is that okay? Yeah. Now, how do we differentiate awareness and focus? In how many of your homes, somebody is working in kitchen or somebody is walking here and there, and you are seated in this room? Nobody, huh? Deepa is there. Yes, Anjali, Pratibha, yeah. Something is happening outside the room where you are seated, right? Do you need to focus or you just be and you will start getting the inputs?
I didn't understand.
You can just be here and understand what's going on outside, right?
If I focus there, yes.
Huh. Otherwise, some sounds are there.
Is there?
Sometimes sound also will not be there if you
Doesn't
focus.
bother.
Huh.
Doesn't bother.
Yeah. But if you wish to know, sitting there without even looking at the direction, you know certain things are happening.
Yes.
That means what you say, I am aware of what's going on. You may not have the complete details of what's going on. Like I am aware of the market situation. It doesn't mean you need to go into the details of what's happening. Are you seeing the difference? Somebody is coming and touching you. You are aware someone is touching you. You don't concentrate to figure out somebody is touching you, right? Is it clear? Just take a couple of seconds to internalize this process. Okay. So now Surabhi, just touch your mother. Ah. Did Rajshri did you do any extra effort to understand someone is touching you?
No.
Huh. This is called awareness. You are aware someone touched you. You are aware some sounds are happening. You don't need to give a hoot about it because you have decided to withdraw from all that and just be here. Unless there's an extraordinary call, some fire broke out, or somebody fell down, those things happen rarely in life. Once everybody life it happens. But every time we behave as if it's happening every day. So that is the difference. You need to be aware of what's going on. You don't need to break your head too much. So when you hear the instruction, be aware of your right thumb You just need to be aware of your right thumb. That's it. You don't need to tilt your head, look at the right thumb, or with closed eyes, don't try to look at the right thumb. All of us have a right thumb, right? Unless someone is physically challenged, we have a right thumb. Even that Dr. V.S. Ramachandran in Phantoms of the Brain says, even a person is not having a particular limb in the body, the brain still has that blueprint. So, according to brain, even if there is no right thumb, there is a right thumb. The blueprint, according scientifically, I'm talking with you. So, slowly we should start becoming aware of things, including us, than putting too much energy and focusing on things. Does that make sense? When you are becoming aware, whatever you need to focus will naturally happen to you. So when you make an effort, there is fatigue, there is a trouble. But when naturally it happens to you, for example, right now only Surabhi is sitting with her mother. Suppose if Rajshri is telling Surabhi to do something which is not her natural inclination, the child will do because parents have said. But if Rashmi tells Surabhi, maybe she sketches well, sings well, ask her to do something which naturally comes to you. Surabhi, will you need to focus? It naturally comes to you, right?
Yeah.
Are we all able to appreciate the difference? So, this is the difference between awareness and concentration. Awareness is you are just aware something is happening, some sound, some part of your body. Concentration is maybe you have to turn your neck to look at the body part. Here, what you are going to do is to just be still and then be aware of the body parts which are mentioned. The breath awareness, we will give some instructions. Please be aware of all this. With the knowledge that because you have closed your eyes, you have technically transcended the gender also. That only will give us objectivity. When you come back and open your eyes, whatever information and knowledge you gathered, use that to take a good decision. But when you are in the process, be neutral to your age, gender, country, race, caste, creed, culture, everything. Once you close your eyes, nothing matters. This shift, if we learn to do, we'll become more calm, and naturally in our presence, people will feel the healing. Without our knowledge also, theta would flow. Is it okay? So this is the basic thought process. And we are going to do just 12 to 14 minutes. If you're comfortable being seated, you can. If some of you have yoga mat, you could use it. If you are going to lie down, please switch off the camera. If you are going to sit, you can keep your camera on. We'll take a minute. Meanwhile, if any of you have any observations, please let me know. Okay, let's start the practice. You can keep your eyes closed. If you are seated, allow the palms to face the roof. If you are in knowing of any mudra, you can adopt. Those of you who are lying down, ensure there is at least 2 feet gap between the heels. Those of you who are seated, Either could plant your soles on the carpet or mat below the feet, or you could sit crossed legs on the chair. Relax your shoulders consciously. Let's all keep our spine erect. Until the end of the practice, let us keep the eyes closed and maintain a gentle smile. The key to go deep in this process is to try and maintain still eyes. With every instruction, let us try to keep the eyes still. Just move the awareness to the body part mentioned. That helps the little man in the brain to induce relaxation. There is a particular aspect in our brain called a little man where the blueprint of our body is there. This is irrespective of our gender or age, like the blueprint of our homes. So when we are still smiling and keep the eyeballs also still, it helps us to scientifically relax the mind and the body. Now scan your body from head to toes. Observe how a photocopy machine would work. Similarly, scan your body from head to toes and from toes to head. Now, let us be aware of the right thumb, the right index finger, middle finger, ring finger, the right little finger. Be aware of the right palm, the right hand, the right wrist, the right forearm, right elbow, the right upper arm, the right shoulder, the right hip, the right thigh, the right knee, the right calf, the right ankle, right sole, the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the right little toe. Your body is still smiling and steady. It's alert and awake with a smile. Now gradually become aware of the left thumb, left index finger, middle finger, ring finger, the left little finger. Be aware of the left palm, left hand, left wrist, left forearm, left elbow, left upper arm, left shoulder, left hip, left thigh, left knee, left calf, left ankle, left sole, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the left little toe. First, you are completely aware of the right side. Now the complete left side of the body. Now just visualize yourself either lying down or seated the way you are, with still eyeballs, smile, now observe how breathing happens. Remember, we are practicing to be a witness, the screen on which the movie of life is being played. From the movie, we are moving to the screen. So as a witness, with a smile on your face, observe how breath enters and exits your body through your nostrils. With a smile, you are observing how breath enters and exits the nostrils after traveling inside the body wherever it has to. Just observe. All of us aspire for good health. So from the bottom of your heart, send a prayer to the cosmos with all the love and compassion you can on yourself, that I need good health. Just send that message from the bottom of your heart to the cosmos. Pray that I need good health. Just the statement. Now once again, become a witness to the breath. The shoulders are relaxed. The smile is intact. We are just with the breath. Now, once again, observe your body. Either it's in corpse pose or seated in a meditative pose. Observe your body. Now let us thank the cosmos for conspiring to make this practice happen. Let's pray for the peace and well-being of the world. Rub your palms vigorously, generate some heat. Apply the warmth to your eyelids with a few blinks. Look at the palms held before you like a book to familiarize your eyes. Now, those of you who are lying down, place the left palm on your abdomen. Bend your left leg. Gently turn to the right. Straighten your legs and balance yourself by placing the left palm before the chest or the abdomen on the ground. Then very gently, with the help of your hands, come up to a sitting position. Let's just be silent for next 30 seconds. Whoever is awake and not on camera, you can come on camera. Okay. Any observations? Too much silence, sir. Good.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it felt good to focus on the constant and see myself from that perspective.
Okay. One request is just replace that word focus by with awareness. It's just the word will make a huge difference.
Yes,
That's
sir.
good. Then naturally, won't we develop a little more objectivity than yesterday? Will we not become better listeners than yesterday? Because you are grounding yourself in the being than grounding yourself on a gender or a country or anything else which differentiates. When you're centering yourself on your being, then first is we can tap the gender's strength. We can develop objectivity. And when we do this body scan, we go into slightly more detail also. This little man in the brain gets completely relaxed. How to understand is the simple example of The moment the child comes from school to home, it opens out to whoever it meets first. After that, it's relaxed. Correct? So that is the where we have to be aware that our body needs someone to listen to, and who better than us? Who better than us to acknowledge each and every part of our body? The moment you acknowledge, even without understanding, you would have felt your friend felt understood. You didn't do anything. You were there. You acknowledged their presence, your presence. You might not have even spoken anything. They will feel that you have understood. All of us would have undergone at least once in life this has happened. We never gave any solution. We never did anything other than just acknowledged. This exactly happens when you start acknowledging your body this way. Naturally, the body will respond. It feels acknowledged, it will feel restored and relaxed. Is it okay? And then, when you still move behind the body and beyond the body to be aware of the breath, we are tapping parasympathetic nervous system, which is going to help us to decide whether to fight or flight. Otherwise, we will mostly in reactionary mode. Is it okay? So we have a conscious choice whether to react or respond because both are situation based. We should not take a binary call that if I am a spiritual person, I'll only respond. You will be mowed over. You will be a doormat. That is misunderstanding of spirituality. Because one of you said about spirituality and all that. You would decide how to respond. Sometimes a reaction is the right response. This process will give you that objectivity. Please remember, sometimes reaction is the right response. It is not a movement from being reaction to being responsive. First, that will happen. Then we will know when to react, when to respond. We choose. That is how we become better decision makers. You listen well what the situation warrants, what this person warrants. Accordingly, you will do. For that, this breath awareness is the key. And then, when you are in the calm state of mind, science says that there is a particular aspect in your brain called reticular activating system, RAS. We study in deep in our programs. So the health is the key thing. So your mind will use your eyes, ears, and all the senses to see things which are going to be good for your health. This is like a seed. So once you do this every day, what happens? You are nurturing that seed, and gradually you will start looking beyond choices. You will see only the right thing which suits your health. Is it okay? So this is the positive side effect of having a consistent practice. So with that, I close. The floor is open for observations, and whoever wishes to say a takeaway from today, we can, and we'll close it by 8:05.
Thank you so much for having us today, for giving yourself available for. I'm constantly impressed how in that half hour you gave from the scientific to all the spiritual depth, how you spreading the knowledge. Thank you that you gave us to experience that. Thank you for all of us to be here. I welcome Agata here. Personally, thank you. I'm happy for you that you could join today. Just wishing all us to thank you, Krishna, for reminding us to tap into who we are, both in a role as woman and closer to that witness state Thank you for the practice. Thank you for all the knowledge spreading. Thank you.
May I step in as well and take this opportunity to thank you as well.
Yeah.
And thank Lydia, who I witness deeply affect as well, and influence, and she touches me throughout the day, and I see what you're talking about. She's the best listener I've ever experienced and witnessed, and I see the power of that. I see how she's able to, how much she's able to offer each and every one in a household with just being present and listening and being here. And this is invaluable, and it's a real power, superpower. And I see that because we are practicing, this is one of the things we definitely will continue doing, and thank you very much, and all the best to all the beautiful women here who I see as well are much better listeners, and I have to admit this, and I strive in a way to improve my skills to the best of my ability and express myself to there's a difference between knowing something and being able to be with it, be present, and especially like feelings, emotions, and women are much better at it as well. We may know, we may observe, but women are present with too, and it makes a huge difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Pratibha, you had raised your hands. You can go ahead.
Yeah, it was a great experience. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you, Krishna sir. I really, witness that I am just a being, irrespective of my gender, and I had all the calmness in my, within as well, in spite of their sound around me. And also, I just wanted to have one simple question. Should I touch the tongue to the palate while doing Yoga Nidra?
Not necessary.
Not necessary. Okay.
At whatever stages we are practicing, less is more. So, like a dry leaf, we feel when you are on the yoga mat. Once the process soaks in and we become one with the process, then we add one or more techniques from Tantra, Yoga, Vedanta, everything. So, till the time we feel if a leaf fell down on the floor, completely dry and ready for the next stage, mulching or summon, whatever happens for the leaf, that's the kind of feeling we should have when we practice this to begin with.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes.
Okay, our regular people are there. Any of our regulars? Yeah, Sarika?
Yeah, so always a different experience for a lot of relaxation. I have done this before also with you. Today also I was completely immersed. For a moment, I think I was asleep, just for a second or so, deep sleep. And it was a nice grounding and relaxation experience. My headache has also come down. I had a severe headache when we started the session. Now I'm feeling a little lighter and much better. And yeah, as you said, it is like a dry leaf. I literally felt like that dry leaf thing while doing this. Thank you again. Grateful.
Super. Thanks to the partners, actually.
I would like to share my experience. I know I'm not visible, but that's okay. I don't have to be visible because I just moved, so my whole room is packed of the stuff that are not being unpacked. But what I'm trying to say that was pretty interesting experience. I maybe I didn't have this type of yoga nidra yet because I assumed that was a very, very short practice. And I felt the stages of relaxation during that short practice that I didn't expect I will feel. So basically, because there were lots of talking as a more like a presentation or lecture, so I didn't know what to expect from the 1 hour video. I think that I said that I didn't have expectations, but I think I did have expectations. So my expectation was like probably I was expecting longer practice, and I'm very surprised that I have received as much as I did during that short practice, which is absolutely different for me, and I think pretty amazing. I feel much better. I mean, I really feel much better. So I'm in my pajamas. I have a slow Saturday. I have a different expectations than my husband for today's day. And I'm so happy that I came to that practice to take the break from everything, from the expectations for a day. That's a very unique experience. I really love it. I have to say that all of the practices here in the United States they are slightly different. I'm not saying better or worse. I'm just saying slightly different. So I'm glad that I could enrich my perspective.
Thank you, Agatha.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Anybody else, or we'll close? Anjali? No.
Yeah, hello sir.
Yeah.
Actually, she recommended it, so I joined it today. It was my first experience and it was really great. I enjoyed it.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Absolutely. So without taking much time, let's just for a few seconds close our eyes and thank the entire cosmos, including our parents, and should place on record that on record time in short notice, Rashi and Anaka were able to pull this off, right from creatives to getting things done. So special thanks to them on this eve. So all of you, please take care. In your email IDs, we will share the recording very soon. And then let's hopefully make ourselves and the world a better place. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you for hosting this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.